the Gambler again, heading out through the Point Pleasant, New Jersey inlet. And this part of the area on the water, the bay if you will, is just flat like a sheet of glass. There's a slight wind blowing, really different than the last time we went out 3 or so weeks ago. We're gonna run 6 hours from this Point Pleasant inlet out to the canyon. I assume we're gonna kind of go straight out, so 90 miles, 100 miles out, whatever it takes, to where the canyon drops down. And then we're gonna be looking for a flat clay mud surface, if you will, on the seafloor. And that is where we hope tilefish are bunkered up in their little holes. Six hours later, we were greeted with a beautiful sunrise and a wonderfully flat sea. It's time to go fishing. Let's get it done. So the way this works when it's time to get down to business is the captain, in this case it was Captain Jeff substituting for Captain Bob, he'll blow the horn on the vessel when it's time for you to drop over. And what he's doing is he is setting up that vessel. So in this case, we were fishing off the port side of the boat. He'll put a drift on, and that's a drift. So we're drift fishing. We're not anchored up, and we're hoping to drift across this field where these fish are living. And of course, as you're drifting, you're picking up other species that are predator species or opportunistic species. In this case, our old friends, the spiny dogfish sharks, returned, and they came out in force. It was one after the next after the next. If you like action, it was great, but we still hadn't hit the tilefish, but that's all right. We're gonna go to many different spots. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, being out in the ocean is something special, especially when there's a lot of mammalian sea life out there with you. Check it out, these dolphins. Man, we hit a pod of dolphins and they pretty much stayed with us the entire fishing trip. They circled around the boat. They went on all sides of the boat and hung out. Sometimes they just hung out in the top of the water. Other times they swam straight toward us. And we were doing our best on the boat to try and get them to come in closer so we could get better pictures. We were doing like flipper sounds, you know, like ee, which to me sounds like me sounding like Yoko Ono. And we were also doing a little bit of bumping and banging on the gunnels and the side of the boat to see if they respond to that. Well, don't you know it, after we did that for a while, here comes some whales. There were humpback whales and others we couldn't even recognize. There were some mammals out there that we weren't sure what they were. They looked like dolphins. And anyway, what a great, great bonus treat to be out there and have this wildlife with you. It was fabulous. And I think there might have been some pygmy or dwarf sperm whales out there circling around too during the course of the day. And yes, we listened to the radio while we're out there. In this case, it was radio that was playing some classic rock. Always good first thing in the morning. So one of the hazards of dropping a line between 800 and 1,000 so feet down into the depths of the canyon, the ocean, is that a lot of times the drift or the tide or whatever, or just the fish getting on and swimming all over the place, can really mess up the lines, and that creates chaos, but it's just a part of the deal. No big deal. You have really great deckhands like Chris there. You saw him working it to make sure everybody gets loose and gets their lines back in the water as soon as possible, because you never know what's waiting for your next drop. I enjoy observing things, and it's really interesting to me. The observation I made is while the chaos of fishing is going on the actual vessel, there's lines and lines in the water and guys crossing lines and fish on and guys moving over and under other people to bring that fish up, everybody cooperating as best they can. And you look out the other side of the boat, off the starboard side, and you see this just amazing, serene, calm sea of a sea mammal like this dolphin, just dolphining, going along, up and down. Wow, what a life it has. Not at all affected by the chaos that we're creating while we're on the Gambler looking for fish. You can go out and spend a lot of money on sightseeing trips to see this kind of stuff and never see a thing. Believe me, I've done it. Been there, done that. We think this is a Risso's dolphin. I looked it up. We weren't sure at the time, but you're going to see later on, I think, the mottled color on it. So a Risso's dolphin is sort of like the intermediate step between a smaller dolphin and like a pygmy whale, which would be the next sized mammal up. And this one was coming straight toward our vessel.
Yeah.
And while this was going on, I started hearing some expletives from the bow of the vessel. Here, a big whale breached right out of the water, right on the starboard side of the vessel, and I ran up there and was able to at least catch this. You can see it's now starting to submerge and going under the vessel, and wow, it was amazing.
Humped like a snow hill.
And I mean, this was a showstopper. As you can see, almost all of the fishermen and women on the vessel just stopped and were just amazed that we were visited by this whale.
Might as well continue doing some reeling while we're waiting for the whale show. That was pretty neat.
And then it happened. The humpback whale decided to come up and say howdy. Look at this thing.
Show that fork, babe. Show that fork, babe.
Oh, man. Look at that. Woo! Nice fluke action.
Okay, show's over. We're back to fishing, and now we're bringing them in 2, 3, 4 at a time. Clearly, this is not the species we wanted to key on, the golden tilefish. We're again here with our good friends, the spiny dogfish sharks. But you know what? Fishing is fishing, and we had fun while we were doing it. It was a great group of guys. I wanted to tell you, we're fishing right now in between 800 and 1,000 feet of water. And some guys are using electric reels. Some of us weren't using electric reels. The rigs were anywhere between 2 and 4 or even 5 circle hooks with a 2 to 4 pound lead sinker and skirted, as you can see right now, skirted squid for the most part. We tried some different fish carcasses on there as well. It all seemed to be attracting fish. And you think to yourself, well, after those sightings, the whale show must be over. Nope, here comes a family of whales. Look at their blow spouts. And you can see they're coming up. There's a fluke. I mean, this is great. It was fishing, it was sightseeing, it was wildlife watching. There's another fluke. I mean, there were times when almost everybody aboard the Gambler just stopped and just watched because it was just such an amazing sight to see this kind of action going on. And now we go back to fishing, and we're catching our old friends, once again, the spiny dogfish sharks. We had yet to see a tilefish yet, or any other species for that matter. And so we persevere. You keep on dropping and bringing it up, dropping and bringing it up, hoping for a bite. And the tension was building. This was maybe our 3rd or 4th drift, like let's say an hour per drift. And well, you'll see what happens when we finally do, yeah, spoiler alert, find some tilefish.
Oh yeah, he's done. Jeff.
You feel anything pulling? You feel anything pulling? Come on, baby.
It's mind-boggling. There must be tens of thousands of these particular fish out in the ocean. Just amazing. After catching dozens of these, I thought to myself, you know, I'm going to take one home and I am going to cook it up and see how it tastes.
Chris doesn't really think this holds much promise.
If this works out, I'll eat some crow and you'll have some dogfish.
Okay, good. I'll let you know. We got a nice male here, about as big as they get.
Go up through the anal vent.
Okay.
Yep.
We quickly gutted and put the dogfish on ice. That's another part of the story for later. Meanwhile, the magic started happening.
Some more dogfish, but over here we got 2 rods that are getting a lot of thumping going on.
Yo, it's digging deep. Yo, is that you busting on me? Yeah. That's a business goldfish. Oh my goodness.
And then, success at last.
Yeah! Awesome! Yes, sir! I'll bet this is 1 too on this rod.
Hopefully.
Yeah, Pop.
Woo! Yo, he was digging that. He was digging that whole thing.
Hold him up, let's see him.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's a sweet fish. Good job, man. Good job.
And as we were celebrating Caden's tilefish, Dom hooked up with another one.
Tilefish! Yeah! Oh, yes, sir! Oh, yeah! Ah! Yes, sir!
All right, come on, boys. Come up front here. Hold him up. There you go. Woo! In case you're wondering what this is all about, is these fish come up from like 750 feet.
Oh yeah,
and
baby.
so they can't dispose of the gas as quick as nice.
Golden boy, son. Let's go.
Well, that makes it all worthwhile, right?
Oh yeah.
And as all that's going on, a guy down toward the stern of the boat hooks up. Look at this!
Oh man, look at that fish, Larry. How do you feel about that?
Never even ate. Oh,
You never even ate one before?
I think Larry here was in a little bit of shock. He never held one of these fish, never saw one before. Heck, I didn't either. It was really fantastic.
He's got some teeth.
Oh yeah, they have like a little fleshy organ up here. This is like a sensory organ up here.
Oh yeah, look at that thing.
These golden tilefish also have little barbels around their mouth, and that helps them also to kind of know where they're at and what's going on in their world. Larry pulled this one up from about 900 feet with an electric reel. He was a happy boy.
Where are you from, Larry?
Pennsylvania.
Good lad, me too.
So yeah, we got into the golden tilefish, but that doesn't mean the dog fight stopped. Who let the dogs out anyway? I had just landed a double dogfish hookup when from the stern of the boat I heard shouting and screaming, so I ran back there.
Holy cow, look at that fish! Oh my God, who's gonna pick that fish up? Who caught that fish?
This right here is what it's all about, my friends.
Happy.
Oh my God.
Oh my
I saw it. I pulled it up. Did you know it was a tile?
It was either the biggest shark of the day or it was one of
we
these.
gotta get
I had never caught one before.
High five, high five!
Oh my
That's
God.
amazing.
Oh my God.
Oh, you gotta hold that sucker. Can you lift that thing?
Yeah, how much is this thing?
It's pretty heavy here. I'll hold it. It's pretty freaking heavy, like 30 cents.
I'm shaking now.
Step trap.
Come on out here. Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
Go.
That is amazing.
I want some of that.
Just don't put your hand in his mouth.
Put your hand where his hand is, and then put your other hand under his belly. Right under his belly. There you go.
Whoa. Hey, hang on. Right under his belly. There you go.
He's in charge.
Get that. Smash it on.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be a food fish, right? So.
Hell yes.
Oh my gosh.
And then just as we were starting to calm down from that catch, they were yelling up the port side, hey, we got another one on, yada, yada, yada. So I ran back up there to see what was going on.
Is this your fish, Cats? Yes, sir.
There it is.
One on the throat.
Uh-huh, that's right. Caden scored again and the whole boat celebrated.
You have any idea how old a fish like that would be?
We would have to take a look at the otolith,
Yeah.
but 15, 20 years old.
Wow. He's reduced to being on his knees. The fish has gotten the best of him.
Yes, it has. Oh, he's back.
Still hasn't shown himself yet, though, Don.
It could be 7 dogfish, but
Yeah, it might be Moby Dick. You don't know.
Well, not this time, Dom. You hooked up with our old friend, the spiny dogfish again.
That's just oh, nice recovery. Yeah, that's it.
At this point, we were clearly back into another school of dogfish, so I decided to go up on the very top deck and shoot the film down toward the fishermen. And just like that, another tilefish was hooked into.
Oh, there it is. You can see it. You can see it. Well, you could have seen it. We'll bring it up in a second. There it is. Plenty of space here.
The very capable mates got that tilefish into the cooler, and I went back down and got to fishing, and whoa, here's my catch.
dogfish.
There's another one. Who let the dogs out?
Spider.
like a great hit.
That was a good hit.
I've been waiting for that all day. Do your hair.
Yep.
I wanted you to see a little bit of the chaos that happens when you hook into a nice fish and it's pulling you rather than you pulling it. So the fishermen are all cooperative on these trips. It's really a wonderful thing to be part of. It's great to experience that camaraderie. You either go under them or over them or whatever it takes to get your fish in. One definitely looks like a dogfish.
Drop your rod.
You have to go over them.
We're still tied up.
There you go. I see one dogfish. No, maybe not.
That'll make a difference. They're all befuddled.
Caden's got to go. Yellow's got to go under Caden, and then under the yellow's got to go under that pole that's in the dead stick.
You see any fish down there in that mess there, Captain?
No, not yet.
Okay.
But that yellow line, if he could go back on their dome.
And this is a part of it. It's just an inescapable fact that when you go fishing, sometimes you're going to land them and sometimes you're going to lose them. In this case, this gent here was working, man. He was digging. Look at him go. But he lost the fish. The fish just cut its way right off that line. That's right. They're capable of doing that. Next, we got a surprise. Nice hake. I'm just going to see its mouth here. Don't put your finger in a hake's mouth. I'm not actually putting it in there. I'm putting it on its lip.
Yeah, the teeth.
Uh-huh. Yeah, they got some little teeth there. Sweet.
Come this way a little bit. I want you in the sun here so I can see you.
All right.
No, congratulations. That's good to eat.
Come on, go flap out a little bit. There you go. Gotcha.
One more time. Awesome. Thanks. I put my camera down and went back to fishing, and look what I caught. My old friend, the spiny dogfish shark. And then the dolphins came back.
Oh, that's definitely normal. And the one looks like a normal. That one. Imagine. Come on. Oh, but yeah, it's getting close. It's getting close. Wait.
At this point, these animals were all over the place. They were all around us. So once again, the guys kind of stopped fishing and we were just, again, held spellbound watching these beautiful sea mammals do their thing. Now, this is yet a different type of porpoise or dolphin or whatever. Hey, I'm not a marine biologist, I don't know, but clearly there were many, many different kinds of animals out there today. We were really being treated to a show. Here again, we see what I think is a Rizzo's dolphin. I looked it up in the NOAA directory, and for sure, it had all the same markings and the same look to its dorsal fin. And here's what NOAA has on record. Okay, so Chris now has the dogfish that he doesn't believe I'm going to cook, I guess.
Yeah, look, you got a nice.
Yeah, it's got a fillet right down the side there, right? Yeah.
Did you say something to me when I was walking by?
It's already been gutted to keep the urea from going into its body.
Oh, look all the way to the tail and everything.
Man, wow.
I was just saying it's a nice fillet there.
Who's eating that?
You eat this?
Cut the clasper off.
Yeah, you're gonna eat.
Dave's gonna prove me wrong by cooking it up and making it delicious.
Jeez, I would have gave you all mine.
Well, I only wanted to try one. Yeah.
Yep. You'll leave that in and cook out, or do you want that cut?
What is it?
That's like the cartilage in the rib.
Yeah.
I could cut that out. I could cut that out. Just, yeah, skin it.
Now,
Hence the spine.
if your knife cuts through shark skin, it's sharp.
Yeah,
that
right?
is.
Very sharp. Now that cartilage, let's see, does that go all the way through? No, it's just
No, it's just a little bit
right there.
superficial.
So like a V cut maybe?
Yeah, if I just did like this, kind of came down here,
Yep. Okay.
I would be able to
Gotcha.
shave that off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
But it deteriorates. It goes down to really nothing. So
Yeah, you gotta block,
Yeah.
right?
it's really fine. So
They
it's-
don't gouge it.
Yep. But I don't want to lose all that meat.
Right.
So I'm gonna just kind of leave it.
So it's a
attached.
little like a surge in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe just flip, you know. There you go. Like you're setting the feet.
Yeah. Yep. There we go. And just kind of trim that
That'd be
out.
very tough.
There we go.
Oh yeah, look at that. That's a lot of meat on there. Though.
There's your meat. There's your meat.
Yep, there's the meat. Okay, good. You got another side to do yet.
Yeah, look at that. Are you just trying it, or you do that?
Yeah, I'm gonna try it.
Oh yeah. Well,
I mean, I catch them all the time when I'm kayak fishing,
Everybody.
but
You could have had to put them
I know.
here.
But there you go.
that's sweet. Oh, that's good.
But I can't do this process when I'm kayaking fishing because invariably I'll catch one like I'm going to be out there 6 hours. I'll catch one in the
You're
first
not
hour.
gonna fillet.
You have to gut them immediately so the urea doesn't get in and wreck the meat. You know, and then you got to freeze them down. That's awkward on a kayak. I could do it if I carried ice and I have a fish bag and all that stuff, but I'm telling you,
No, it's not bad.
here he is, Chris, king of the fish filleting business.
It's Clasper.
And by the way, we harvested a male here instead of the females. The females are a little larger, but a guy that does this regularly that I fished with one time would never keep a female fish because, you know, there's plenty of males to go around.
Yeah.
But if you don't have the females, you've got a real problem.
Yeah.
But there's like your dogfish
Man, look
fillet
at that.
there. Got a lot of meat on it.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, it's the first time I've seen
We'll
it
wash it
fillet.
off and bag it up. And if I can keep it in your ice till we leave, because my ice is in my truck.
That.
Never seen one fillet.
Yeah, me neither.
Well, most people haven't, so that's why I'm documenting this. We want to document this.
Dave has a unique channel. He does a lot of really good videos fishing.
Raptor, right. Yep.
Cool.
That's nice.
Good? Looks pretty good, Chris.
That's all white too. Right?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bag it up. Ready? I'll grab.
So you're definitely the lunker winner today. The pool winner. Congratulations.
Look at that fin back.
Unbelievable.
Slimy.
That's just nasty. Make them pretty.
There we go, Lito.
Mine's pretty fun.
What was your winning strategy?
Hot luck, man. First time I've ever been
That works, right? Potluck works. All right. Chris is going to clean it all up for you, yep. Look what was in this tilefish's stomach. Show us that. What is it now?
A squirrel egg.
A squirrel egg.
800 feet deep.
That was a surprise to see that come out of there, I think. Yeah? I thought it'd be like squid and stuff. How's it smell?
That's cool.
Wow.
That's all that's in there, huh?
Look at the size of that fillet.
This is going right to the bubble plate.
Wow, that's something.
Oh, it's zapping through the ribs.
Gosh, look at that. Wow. Well, the sun is setting on our adventure out to the canyon. About 100 miles offshore out of Point Pleasant, New Jersey, aboard the Gambler. It was a great time. The crew of the Gambler was great. The vessel's very, very stable. It's great. And, I mean, we caught several varieties of fish, and the fish are back there being cleaned now, as you just saw. And I think what I'm going to do is go take my nap now so I can drive home the 2 hours and 15 minutes that it takes. And then I'm going to have an epilogue to this adventure, and it's going to be cooking up that spiny dogfish shark just to see what it tastes like. Here we are back in the kitchen. You can see the upper fillet I've not really cleaned yet to its fullest extent, and the lower one is what it looks like. I like to get all that dark meat off of there. And then this is what it looks like after I put my spices on it. I put some hot pepper flakes, some garlic powder, onion powder, salt, and pepper on there. And the recipe calls for the fish meat to be chopped up very fine. Now let's go out to the garden to get some fresh veggies for our side dishes. So it's April 28th, and I had these cold weather crops in our raised bed garden for a while. We eat a lot of stuff from our own garden because it complements the fresh fish that we get. And so I'm going to go over to this row where I have some beets and garlic and mustard greens here. And over here I've got some spring onions coming up. And if you look close at these spring onions, you'll see that there's flowers about to emerge here. I'm going to take some of those flowers and grind them up, and I'm going to mix this with olive oil, and I'm going to have like
Italian, Sicilian style. Beautiful mustard greens, some red beet leaves, and some of that green onion tops. And that's going to be chopped up and warmed up with the olive oil in the skillet. And that'll be my green to go with my fish tots. So as you can see, I've gone ahead and used my scissors and cut the tops off of some spring onions. I've got the flowers that are about ready to emerge on those spring onions. They taste just like onion. And I've got some beet leaves there, and of course the rest of it is wild mustard greens. So that's what I'm going to mix with olive oil and a little salt and pepper. That'll be the greenery that goes with the fish tots. And because you can never get enough fresh green leafy vegetables, or red for that matter, with a meal, here's what's left of our lettuce that I've grown so far this season. My wife was out here and she harvested that. And we'll see that later. She's going to make that into a tossed salad to go with our fish tots, of course. Ooh, look at this. I came in and it looks like my wife also harvested some of our fresh asparagus. It's one of the treats of April to go with our meal tonight. This is going to be some good eating. We at least know the vegetable part's going to be good. The fish part, I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so this fish tots recipe that I found is based on fish tots that I ate on a recent trip out to Bend, Oregon, and I like them a lot. It calls for cod, but of course we're using fresh spiny dogfish shark. So go ahead, spoon it in. You can see my wife's hands here. She's spooning it in. I don't know if you're of a certain age, you remember an old television show with a guy by the name of Soupy Sales. He had white fang and black tooth, and you only ever saw their hands or their paws. So my wife doesn't want to be seen on the video, but she doesn't mind if her hands are in there. Now, I guess she's going to add some other ingredients. Next, a teaspoon of thyme. Next, a well-beaten egg. One egg, right? One egg. One egg. Okay, good. You got that egg in there. Next, a couple turns of salt and pepper, right? Fresh ground, we always think is best. All right. Now we're going to have 2 tablespoons of flour to hold it all together. Ooh, this is the fun part. Next, mixed well by hand. And at the end, if you think it needs to be stickier, you add a little more flour. So there's a little bit of looseness to this recipe. So you're trying to smash up the potatoes, right? Sure you are. Yeah. Okay. So the hand mixing was going too slow. So we got out a tool. And we now think even this is too slow for us. We think that maybe we should have taken those potatoes and just mashed them all up before we mixed the fish in. But one good thing about this is at least you're knowing you're mashing the fish in there because you want it to all become one thing. Next step is coat the fish tots with some flour, and then they're going to get fried up. So I wanted to try fish tots because, as I said earlier, I had them out in the Pacific Northwest a couple weeks ago. Really liked them. I think it's a great alternative to the same old fish and chips. This particular fish, the spiny dogfish shark, is used in Scotland and England and over there, you know, a lot for fish and chips. So they say. I don't know. I never had it. But here they are. They're in the pan. Yes. Okay. They've been turned over and they're looking like they're frying up nice. They're staying together. We use this frying pan and olive oil style of cooking instead of a deep fryer because it's way less fat, and Lord knows I have enough fat on me already. I don't need to ingest more. And now it's the moment of truth. We have the sauteed mustard greens, fresh from the garden, little sprinkling of Parmesan cheese on there, fresh garden salad, homemade yum yum sauce, homemade tartar sauce, homemade fish tots. There's some on my plate. Let's taste them. Put a little yum yum sauce on it. It's really good. Yes, really good. Really good. Not bad at all. What a great way to use that fish. Try it sometime. Thanks for watching. Dave Kline for RAPTR Adventures. See you next time.
And a quick reminder, if you want a UV protected shirt that is also wicking and very comfortable to wear all day long for fishing, go get one of our RAPTR shirts. I'll put the buying link in our description for the video.